What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Got Next podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Baldwin, with my co-host, Donovan Moore.
We back. We active.
We back at it. We're not the only ones that are active. It's the
Yes,
trade deadline today. This is the trade deadline special. So today we're going to talk about some players that got moved and their destinations
Yeah.
and the overall look of the NBA. So if you like the video, subscribe, all of that type of stuff, and enjoy the intro.
Yes, sir.
You ready, Playboy?
Yo, turn it up, Slay. I can't hear nothing.
First up today, we got PJ Tucker. Hold on, let me make sure I'm sitting up.
Yeah.
First up today, we have PJ Tucker to the Milwaukee Bucks. So how do you feel about this move, Dono?
That's a good move for the Bucks because they already got Drew Holiday. Because I feel like every move you make in the East, you got to think about Brooklyn. Like, how can we match up with Brooklyn?
The
So
Sixers.
you already, yeah. So you got Giannis and KD. You know, that's already like a even matchup right there. But we know who's the better player, of course. But like adding PJ Tucker to that mix, another shooter and a defender, most importantly.
Right.
So to add that, and then they got Drew Holiday on the perimeter. That was a good move for Milwaukee. Good move.
Yeah, for sure. I do like PJ Tucker just because of his versatility. Like he can really do a lot of things for them. He can shoot the three. He can play really good defense at times. He's 6'5", so I mean he could switch on small forwards. And sometimes he can do a little bit of everything for them, and
Yeah.
I like that. I like that move for them for sure. Next up, so today this was the first trade today actually. Vucevic to Chicago. No, Vucevic and Aminu to Chicago for Otto Porter, Wendell Carter Jr. and 2 first-round picks. So when I first saw this was shocking, of course, because I didn't see
Yeah.
Vucevic being moved today. But it kind of
Me
makes sense
either.
at the end of the day, just because they've been talking about moving Vucevic for years now, and this was clearly his best season. So I mean, this was
Right.
definitely when his stock was going to be the highest. So, how do you feel about their return that they got for Vucevic?
You've been high on Vukovic all year, so I feel like for the Bulls to add Vukovic with Zach LaVine, that was a very good deal right there because the Bulls were kind of missing that inside presence. Because you probably saw the clip on Twitter, Wendell Carter last night trying to shoot a layup. Like
That was last night.
that was last night.
That was one of the worst. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful.
That was sloppy, bro.
So and to add Vukovic and the Bulls are already like in the playoffs as of now, right? Wherever the Eastern standing was, they're like
They are
7
one
for 6
game.
or something
They're
like
game
that.
and a half back. They're a game and a half back from the A spot.
Oh yeah, so I mean, yeah. So adding Vukovic to that, and they still got Lauri Markkanen. I wish they could have got Lonzo somehow because that would have made them like a solidified playoff team. But
Right.
as is, that's a solid team.
Yeah, I saw the Lonzo Ball, the rumors and stuff, but after he was playing better, I did not see New Orleans moving him. And I said that earlier today when somebody brought it up. So yeah, I did not see that happening. But yeah, Lonzo and Zach LaVine would have been crazy to see, but not gonna happen,
Yeah.
unfortunately. I picked up Wendell Carter Jr. on fantasy just because he's not gonna have anybody messing with him in his minutes at the center spot and the Magic, bro. Like there's
Not at
nobody else to
all.
play over him. It's gonna be Wendell Carter Jr. They're just gonna hammer him the ball and just give him some production. So yeah, I definitely like it. Next up, we had Fournier to the Celtics. Evan Fournier from the Orlando Magic. So how do you feel about this move? We just talked about the Celtics the other day with Harrison Barnes and all of them. So how do you feel
Yeah.
about eventually landing on Fournier instead of the other people?
I mean, it doesn't really change much for me with the Celtics. It's good that they added another shooter, but what we've been talking about for I don't know how many months at this point, they need an inside presence. So we've been saying this for months at this point. I mean, I'm not saying we're like,
years,
right,
not even
right.
years, bro.
Like we're not some type
Sorry.
of basketball savants or anything. I'm not saying we know everything, but like the common eye can tell they're missing something, and it's an inside presence. So I mean, if Fournier he can shoot, it's solid to add to that, but I mean, it doesn't really change much for me. Boston's been underwhelming this year, and I had them going pretty far in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, I don't have them going very far at all, especially since a lot of these teams retool. But we'll get to that a little bit later.
Right? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Evan Fournier to the Celtics. I don't love it, honestly, but I do like that they got to keep Marcus Smart because I know a lot of their fans were going to be upset about him moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evan Fournier to the Celtics. Don't love it overall. Just decent move.
Yeah.
So Aaron Gordon to the Nuggets. Now this is one of the bigger moves today.
Yeah.
First of all, did not see that coming. I thought that was going to be AG and Fournier together to go to the Celtics, but Yeah, this came out of left field. I think the Nuggets
Yeah.
really see that the Lakers are injured this year and that they have a chance here to really to really make some noise. They got JaVale McGee today. They got rid of
Yeah.
RJ Hampton, and they picked up AG, and they're going to move
Mhm.
Michael Porter Jr. to the three now. It's going to be AG at the four. So, how do you feel about the Nuggets' new starting lineup?
I feel that makes Denver like even more dangerous. Because Aaron Gordon is a good player. I feel like in Orlando, he didn't really get the same opportunities to really make play. Like he had opportunity, but it's like the floor is kind of jammed because it's Orlando. You know, nobody's really worried about other talent outside of Vukovic. Jonathan Isaac is decent, but
He
he's
ain't even
solid,
been
but he's been
playing.
hurt.
Yeah, he's not even been playing.
Yeah,
Right.
he's been hurt. So put him in Denver. You got Michael Porter, you got Jamal Murray, and then you got Jokic. He's gonna have more opportunity to shine. So I feel like he could put up like 18 to 20 points a night, and he plays defense too, which is what Denver lacks. If anything, they lack some defenders. So
Exactly. I saw something today about it where somebody reported that they loved having MPJ at the four, but he just couldn't guard anybody at the four. He can't really guard other fours. He's a scorer. So they picked up
yeah,
AG just so that they could have another versatile wing that can really guard some small forwards or some power forwards, honestly. So
hmm
I like it as far as that. His shooting is definitely iffy. I definitely want to see if
yeah,
his jump shot will be there, but maybe everybody else can make up for that because Michael Porter Jr. can shoot. He can shoot the mess out of the ball. Same thing with
yeah,
Jokic. Same thing with Jamal Murray. So.
right,
Yeah, I can see it working out for sure. And I like the fact they have a lob threat now. Jokic can throw lobs now. We'll see what
yeah,
happens. We'll see what happens.
yeah.
But we
Definitely
got
gonna make Denver dangerous though.
no, like for sure.
Yeah,
If the Lakers are injured, do you like the Nuggets to come out of the West?
that's tough. It either has to be, it has to be between them, and I might have to put. I'm stuck between Phoenix and the Clippers because
Okay.
Phoenix been playing great basketball right now.
Really, you got Phoenix going out of the West.
Because think about what Chris Paul is, just the impact he's making on that team, and then you still got Devin Booker who's young and he's never been to the playoffs before, so he's really gonna be focused. He has that killer instinct to like realize it's go time, and they added Jay Crowder to that, but.
Right.
It's gonna be iffy if the Lakers can't get healthy. It's anybody's West. It's anybody's conference.
Right. And speaking about the Western Conference Finals, we got the Clippers who picked up Rondo today for Lou Will. How do you feel about that move for the Clippers since you know that they needed a point guard for a little bit now?
I like it. I feel like that's an even trade for both sides. Like it sucks to lose bench scoring if you're the Clippers, but I feel like what Rondo can bring to the table, like besides the scoring, will be more valuable than what Lou Will can provide in the playoffs. Like, of course, it's great to have a score, but we saw what Rondo did with the Lakers last year in the bubble. Everything he contributed to that team, they might not make it that far if they didn't have Rondo, to be honest, because just to have somebody else with IQ on the floor besides LeBron, we saw what that did. And then the Clippers' problem last year was closing out games. They didn't have a floor general to say, like, all right, let's slow down. I know who to get a shot and who's not good in these moments. So Rondo just adds all that.
Right. I don't know how I feel about them losing Lou Will though.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was falling out of favor with the Clippers, honestly. So I mean, I kind of like it on that front, but at the end of the day, it's Lou Will. So I mean, he's always going to be in that conversation for sixth man of the year, and I don't know if I love this move for them. Do you think the Hawks are going to keep Lou Will, or you think that he's going to be one of the buyout candidates here?
Honestly, he might end up getting bought out. He could help Atlanta, but it's like Lou Will's probably trying to go after a championship, and you're definitely not going to get that in Atlanta. Like they're a nice young team, but they can't make any noise with Brooklyn and everybody else still out there in the East. So honestly, I could see him on the buyout market.
Okay. And we'll have that buyout episode on there. So
we'll
talk about potential.
Yeah, so I don't want to say too much. Yeah, I don't want to say too much.
We'll talk about potential landing spots for Lou Will. Next up, we got Norm Powell to the Blazers for it was Rodney Hood and Gary Trent.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that trade?
That one was tough for me because I rock with Gary Trent. Gary Trent was solid.
Gary Trent was solid in the bubble.
Yeah.
Solid.
And when CJ McCollum got hurt earlier this year, Gary Trent was putting in work. He was starting, putting up good numbers. He can shoot, and then he plays defense. He's just somebody who has that dog mentality. Like he's not scared of the moment. He's not scared of anything, and he's not scared to shoot either. But Norman Powell, he's been playing great basketball this year as well. So honestly, it might be a win-win, another case of a win-win for both players. Like Norman Powell go on the Blazers and really start showing more people that he deserved all this recognition he's been getting. And Gary Trent can get more opportunity to expand his skills, show people his game.
I'm gonna look up how tall is Norman Powell.
What are you probably like 6'6"?
6'3", bro. That's not making any sense to me, and it didn't make sense when the trade broke to me. Norman Powell's a shooting guard, bro, and they're gonna try and run him at the three. He's 6'3", bro. Dame is 6'3". CJ is 6'3". How you gonna bring in Norman Powell, who's also 6'3"? I don't know if this is gonna work.
It's
I
not.
liked it
It's
until I
not.
just saw how tall he was. I
It's
don't like it.
not.
I don't like it anymore. I don't know why the Blazers brought in Norman Powell, honestly, in the first place, just because he's a shooting guard. I don't really see why they would need that. They should have got another center, honestly, because Nurkic is way too injury prone for me.
So is Zach Collins.
And so is Zach Collins, exactly. They needed another big. I don't know if scoring was really something they needed. Gary Trent definitely provided enough scoring. I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
I don't like this, bro. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it.
Yeah. And then Gary Trent, I feel like in Toronto, he might have more opportunity. He could be that sixth man and just come in and just straight up score.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't like this trade. Next up, we got Oladipo to the Heat for Olynyk and Avery Bradley. Yes, sir. My favorite
Yeah.
trade of the day, of course.
I'm about to say, yeah, you go ahead and start that one off. You're a Heat fan, so I really want to hear what you guys say.
All right, let me just say I was getting my hair done. My phone was dead at the time. I did not know
Yeah.
that we had Oladipo, but I had seen a tweet last night that said we were supposed to get Kyle Lowry, Oladipo, and LaMarcus Aldridge. So I was like, I kind of was prepared for it, but then when I saw it on my phone, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
who do we give up? Who do we give up? Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk, and some pick swap. Perfect. I'll take it. I'll take it. No
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson gone. No Tyler Hero gone. I love it personally. Yeah, bro, we got Oladipo. That's kind of tough.
Yeah.
And I just read that we're supposed to get LaMarcus Aldridge. Of course, that's the rumors right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They were saying that maybe he wasn't really playing that well this year, and that maybe it was because they just weren't winning there, and that he wasn't in like a good situation that he enjoyed being in anymore. So maybe he can
Right.
be that all-star. I mean, hey, maybe he can give us some 18 and 10, maybe again, 18 and 8, something. I'll take it. Like
Yeah.
maybe he could just lift his play. Now he's playing for something. So
Yeah. No, honestly, that's the Oladipo move is a really good move for the Heat. To
yeah,
only be giving up Avery Bradley and Kelly Olynyk, that's
yeah, like we still kept Kendrick.
yeah.
Nunn. We still kept going Dragic. Like Kendrick Nunn, I was shocked about. I kind of figured we would like get rid
I
of him.
thought he would be gone.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him, but we kept literally everybody. I'm cool with it. I think it was a great move.
Yeah.
If Oladipo can be that pacer Oladipo, then I'm excited about it for sure.
Yeah, nah, he's definitely gonna get his opportunity to shine, and I feel like that just makes the Heat even more hard to stop offensively because you still got Bam Adebayo on that pick and roll. It's hard to stop him rolling towards the paint with the lobs. He has the mid range jump shot. So, and then you still got Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
You got Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, two lethal shooters. That was a very good move for the Heat, and then you added LaMarcus Aldridge to that. The Heat can make some noise. They can definitely make some noise.
Yeah, I like the Heat over the Celtics right
I
now.
like it.
It's a Celtics Heat series right now. I'm taking the Heat for sure.
Yeah.
Heat versus Sixers.
Yeah.
Who you taking?
You said what?
Heat versus Sixers. Who you taking?
Heat versus Sixers?
Mm-hmm. Right now, as constructed.
If we get
LaMarcus Aldridge.
I might still have to take the Sixers because of Embiid.
Okay. All right. Respectable.
It's only because of Embiid.
Respectable.
And Steph Curry. If the Sixers didn't have Steph Curry and they had no shooters to kick it out to, and it was just Danny Green out there, I'm taking the Heat in 6. That series would go 6 to 7 games, I think, though.
Easily.
It would go 6 to 7 games. It'll be back and forth.
Jimmy Butler has the Sixers number. I'm still taking the Heat.
Yeah.
Taking the Heat now. I don't know. But
I mean, it can go either way. It can go. I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat won.
Right. I wouldn't either if we made it back to the. I don't know. Eastern Conference. Brooklyn.
Brooklyn is tough.
Brooklyn is tough, bro. Yeah.
It's just you can stop KD and you're like, all right, we stopped KD, but they still got Kyrie and Harden. It's like, all right, we stopped.
It's Harden, bro. It's Harden.
Yeah.
Dude, like, it's Harden, bro. Like, that man is so crazy. He can score at all levels, literally all levels, even. And then since he added that floater, it's just been like,
yeah,
dude. I don't know. It's game over, I think, honestly. But what was your favorite trade of the day? And then we can end it right here.
My favorite trade, I probably gotta say Aaron Gordon.
Okay.
I really like that move for the Nuggets. They realized like, all right, the Lakers are a little wounded. Like they might be a little lackadaisical if when they do get everybody back healthy. So it's like we got to take advantage of the time now. We can't sit back and wait for them to get healthy and catch rhythm because then everybody knows you're screwed. Once LeBron gets back in his rhythm, nobody can really stop him. So it's like the Nuggets realize we got to take advantage of this now. Try to get better seating. So then if that's the case, we won't have to meet them to the Western Conference Finals or something.
Right.
And then anything can happen. But I would still take the Lakers in that scenario. But I like that deal.
My favorite deal, of course, was Oladipo to the Heat.
Another great
it
one.
really just depends on what version of Oladipo we're getting. But even like for what we got, even if he isn't that all-star, I mean, he's still pretty good. I mean, I like him handling the ball more than Kendrick Nunn, honestly. So I will take it. And then who was your winner of the day? Who won the trade deadline today? What team won?
I'll probably have to say the Heat.
Okay.
I'll probably have to say the Heat.
I like
because what they added, and then what they got rid of as well. They didn't really get rid of much. The Denver didn't either, but what the Heat did to only get rid of Olynyk, who was like a iffy off and on 3-point shooter, big man, and then Avery Bradley, who's getting older and he's just more so a defender. To add a all-star caliber player, Oladipo, can't beat that.
Yeah,
can't beat
bro.
that.
I'm excited about that. But all right, that's gonna do it for the trade deadline special, of the God Next podcast. Hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you comment and subscribe. And the next up, we got the buyout video coming up next. Hopefully, Andre Drummond goes to the Bulls or the Knicks, and I'll be happy. I'll be a happy man, for sure. But yeah, thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.